Welcome back. I've been trying to think of new ways to approach songwriting and just push myself more creatively. So I thought I'd start this new series where I ask a friend to tell me a story and then I try and write a song about it. I actually want the songs to be good though. I don't want it to be like a joke thing. I'm trying to take the story and then turn it into a song that I actually like. So let's just get straight into it. I asked my friend Daisy to think of an embarrassing story to tell me. I have no idea what the story is going to be. I asked her to think of one that I didn't already know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call her now and we can hear the story.
Hi.
I'm so excited to hear what you've got for me today.
Okay, so this is my embarrassing story. I'm in year 10 and I go to an all-girls school that's about like 30 minutes away from where I live, and the bus was joined with the boys' school. You'd have like a 45-minute bus journey to school with the boys in the bus. But anyway, that's just a little background piece of information. Year 10 Easter holidays, and I am going on a family holiday to South Africa for 2 weeks. You know, dream holiday. I told everybody that I was going on this holiday to South Africa for 2 weeks. I was going to come back like so tan, looking so sun-kissed, holiday vibes. And so I'd literally told all of my friends, going on holiday, it's about the tan, right?
100%,
So
yeah.
I was very much like in that phase, very self-conscious teenager phase. I was so gassed that I was going to be becoming the best tan of all my friends. Anyway, go to South Africa for 2 weeks, and obviously I get a little bit of a tan, but the weather wasn't as good as I was expecting. So my tan wasn't as good, but it was okay. Like, I think it was a lot better than I thought it was. So anyway, we come back the night before school starts, and I'm saying to my mum, "Oh, Mum, I just feel like my tan's not good at all. I'm still so pale." My mum goes, "Oh, sweetie, like, don't worry about it." So literally, I'm lying in bed, and my mum puts on my face tanning lotion. It's like a moisturising tanner. That's hers. So she puts on my face this Clarins tanning thing. And I wake up in the morning, and I look in the mirror, and I go, "That looks so good." I'm like, "Mum, this is exactly what I wanted." But obviously it's 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like looking in this misted mirror in a rush before I leave for school in the morning. I'm just like, great, this is like a step up from where I was last night. Anyway, I get to the bus, walk on the bus, and I'm not getting the reaction. People are shocked because they're like, "Wow, Daisy looks so different." They were kind of like, "What's happened to you?" They thought like, "Oh, have you got like matte mousse foundation or something? Like why is your skin like that?" It was literally like a what's it, proper fake tan. I had terrible lines here because my mum was just like, "Oh, a bit of moisturiser on your face." It wasn't well applied.
No.
There were like lines like here, like I had like round my eyes. It was like a circle round my eyes, and there was like a line here. It looked frankly offensive. I was so sold on it at this point. I was like, right, I just deny. I'll just be like, it's real. Then I get into school, I immediately go into the toilet and just start like rubbing at the edges of this tan line. I'm like, oh my god, what has my mum done to me? She's ruined my life. But anyway, somehow I managed to convince everybody that it is real. Honestly, I can't believe that people actually believe me. It was horrific. Anyway, a couple of years later, I went on this girls' holiday with some of my close friends to Amsterdam. We were playing a drinking game where we had to make a confession, and I told them all that it was fake. And somebody posted it on Twitter, and it got like so many. Because it was like that much of an event in our year group.
I love how you confessed it as well.
Literally,
Full circle story.
That's my embarrassing story.
What a story. Okay, initial thoughts. There's a lot to unpack in there. I like how there was different stages to the story. Like, there was the bit before the holiday where she was hyping it up, and then there was the bit where she came back and had to convince everyone that her tan was real. And then there was the third part, which was her confessing to her friends that actually it was fake, and then them sharing it and exposing her on social media. So the song could in some way reflect that 3-part structure. I'm trying to think about themes in there. I really like it in songs when stories are told from the perspective of someone a different age, so like a child or a teenager or maybe someone older, and it gives you insight into how the world is perceived from people who are that age. And so maybe that's something I could work with. Obviously I remember how it feels to be that age too. So in terms of process now, what I like to do is start writing down some ideas and some words away from any music for now. So I'll probably go and sketch out the story and then break down some of the key points that I want to focus on. Probably just start brainstorming some lyrics, and then after I've got some idea of the structure and probably some loose ideas of melody, I'll move to the guitar or piano and start working out how to colour the words with music. Start developing those two elements together so that the lyrics and the music can complement each other. That's kind of my plan for now. Come on. Should we write this song? So I'm going to spend some time now just trying to maybe write the first verse, start writing down a bit of the story. So I had this idea of telling the story from the perspective of someone who overheard it on the bus, and then they're recounting the story to their friend, almost like gossip. When I think about what it was like being at school at that age, I just think about all the gossip and how stories about people just got passed around all the time. So I thought it would be kind of fun for that to be reflected in like the narrative of the song. So I wanted the first verse to kind of be about that time before Daisy went away and she was telling the story on the bus. So I'm just going to start by noting down a few points about that. There's kind of this underlying desire to improve appearance. I think it'd be cool to start this with the line, "I overheard this morning." Daisy also mentioned it was the Easter holidays that she was going away, which is springtime. So I kind of want to mention that in the first verse because it gives you an idea of like what time of year and just like the scene setting, I guess. It's quite weird for me to be articulating these thoughts out loud because normally songwriting is such a quiet, private thing for me. Okay, come on, me. So I want the pre-chorus to kind of be about the image that Daisy has in her head of how she's going to look after she goes on holiday, because obviously the pre-chorus is going to repeat a few times, and I feel like that's a key part of the song that it would be good to reiterate. She said in her head, be brand new. When I'm starting to write a new song, I just try not to judge it all too much because I feel like it can actually stop you from writing anything at all. We'll just carry on. There's an image in her head that when she walks back in, she'll be brand new. 6 a.m. but she looks like a summer's evening. Can you believe your eyes?
So we started by tracking the guitar, kind of bossa vibes, Brazilian vibes, get some drums in. Next, stuck some bass in. Bossa Nova bass is normally pretty simple. I thought make it a bit dancey. Obviously it's got quite a lot of movement and it's like muted pick, so it's got a nice attack to it. Got that tic-tac 50s sound. I put these keys in, nice little Mellotron vibe. The Logic one sounds great, and I stuck some sort of vintage modulation on there. Sounds like that on its own. Got a nice D-tune between the guitar and the keys, tape vibes. When we hit the chorus, I thought, switch it up.
So I guess next I just need to finalise the structure of the song basically. For now the next step is tracking the vocals that I already have, and then I'll listen through and try and work out how to weave in that section about the confession. And I'll also put some woodwind bits in, definitely some saxophone, maybe some flute. We might even try like some strings in the last choruses. I think it's starting to come together now. What direction do you think that I went in?
Well, I assumed that you'd go for more of an abstract.
Right.
Like, concept for the story. I literally don't know what to expect, to be honest. But
Because I feel like there was a lot of like different themes that we could have like gone
absolutely.
with. So basically, I split like the structure up in the song to like reflect the structure of the story, basically. So there's like the bit where you're telling everyone that you're gonna go, and then there's the bit where there's the image in your head of like what you're gonna look like when you go back. And the chorus is like, it's kind of an extension of like this person that you're imagining, like as you like saunter back onto the bus. The next verses are about people talking about it. You know, you were like, oh, some people thought that it was foundation.
Yeah.
So that's like the second verse. It's all like in the tone of someone who's heard about it and is telling the gossip story.
Oh, great.
So it's like told from that perspective. I actually thought about telling it from the perspective of the bus driver, but then I thought, oh, it will become more of a song about him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's like a breakdown section that's the confession.
Okay.
Where you like, you confess. Okay, ready?
Yeah, ready. It sounds great, right?
Yeah.
Overheard this morning, she'll be away in spring. Said home's getting boring and that she wants to change one thing. There's an image in her head that when she walks back in, she'll be brand new, won't recognize her through sun-kissed skin. 6 a.m. but she looks like a summer's evening. Can you believe your eyes? I heard her secret is 2 weeks by the sea, but a new foundation seems more valuable to me. And there's an image in her head that when she walks back in, she'll be brand new, won't recognize her through sun-kissed skin. 6 a.m. but she looks like a summer's evening. Can you believe your eyes? There's one thing left to say, confession on its way. At last we realize the image in her head blows in her disguise. We know the truth, won't recognize her through her sun-kissed skin. 6 a.m. but she looks like a summer's evening. Can you believe your eyes?
What do you think?
So much.
Do you?
I can't believe
Do you know what?
that. I didn't expect you to be able to make something that's so literal, but like it didn't sound as comedic or plain as the story. I'm so impressed. It sounds
Oh
so
my
nice.
gosh, thank you.
I like the vibe of it as well. It's very like laid back.
Yeah, we wanted it to feel like summery.
I am amazed. It's like breezy.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
word.
love it.
My favourite bit is the foundation lyric. It's so funny.
But like, I just feel like it's all disguised. Like,
I know,
but
you
like,
can tell.
but it's. I mean, you're telling the story, but like, it's all disguised like really well.
Thank you for telling me a story.
Yeah, sorry, it was so weird.
No, it was perfect.
So, recently I was speaking to one of my friends about embarrassing stories. There was one story she told me about a fake tan disaster. I thought I would write a little song about it, but she didn't know that I was going to sing it tonight with you guys. And she's actually here to hear this song about her fake tan veil. One more time. Summer skin, 6 a.m. but she looks like a summer's evening. Oh my god, it sounds beautiful. The image in her was Daisy's fake tan song.